Okay, you can see my screen now, right? Okay, so whatever you type in here is input, and then what you see on the screen is output. Okay, so let's try using cd command. When you type cd, cd stands for change directory. Okay, and then I'm going to go into the very first directory I told you, root, and I hit enter here. So what happens is this is a root directory. And if I type pwd, this is just a slasher. Okay, good. So for me to look for the inside the directories here, let me go back to cd/root. I'm back to my own home directory here. So if I want to see the content of the directories, what I have, I type ls. Okay, so here I have 4 files here: file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4. So if I want to look at the more details of this file, I type ls-l. So what it's gonna give me here is it's giving me a lot more information here. These are the permissions. Okay, these are the owner and the group. Okay, and then you see these two files in blue here. So these are directories here. D and D. It starts with little d here in the permissions area. So these are, we got 2 files and 2 directories here. Okay.
All right.
Now there is also something called hidden files. In Windows, you probably know some hidden files here. So if you want to look at the hidden files, you type ls-a. That means all. So anything that has a little period before the files, before the file or the folder it is starting, it's a hidden file. So if I do ls-l for long list and a, it will give us a lot more information here. So over here you see this file is starting with a period. All these files are hidden files. Okay, and there is a folder here. It says folder 1 that's starting with the period. So this is a hidden folder. Okay, this is a hidden file. So the one which doesn't start with a period is not a hidden. It's just a regular folder. You could see, anybody could see it actually. Okay. So let me clear this. So in Linux, you should get in a habit of using the command history. What it does is it will keep track of all your commands history. Okay, if you type history and hit enter, so I have all the history I've been ever using. So right now it's keeping track of. I have so far I've typed in 1012 commands. So if you want, you could like go through all this history, and usually this is helpful when you have like a little bit longer command or combination of command you're using to run the commands on this command line here. Okay, by the way, this line here, whatever you're typing here, any command you're typing here is called CLI, command line interface. Okay, so I think I put it here. So write this here. When it's ready to take an input, it's called command line interface. Okay. So what is a CLI in Windows here? You probably seen this in Windows environment. The command prompt is a CLI. This is a command line interface. So it's all a dark window here. All you're gonna do is just type the commands in there. So if you want to run a command from the history. So you type history and then say if you want to run a command 1000 here, right? So what you have to do is you have to type exclamation and 1000. And what it does, it just runs that command. It runs that command for you. And it tells you what command it ran, pwd. Okay, so let's run 1008. Let's run 1008. So it should do us ls-l. There you go. It ran the command ls-l. Okay. All right, good. So let me clear the screen. So now what you want to do is if you want to type the multiple commands, you could do that too. You type ls-l and then you could give a semicolon. And then you could type pwd and give a semicolon again. And then what else here? Oh, then let's do ls-la, ls-a. So you could at one time you could definitely run up to like 15-20 commands here. So when you run multiple commands like this is called so let me hit enter here. So what happened here is it ran the first command ls-la is this much here, okay, and the second command pwd. So when you run the pwd, this is probably the output, and you do ls-a, you're looking for hidden files, so this is what the output would be. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and create a file touch. So if you want to create a file, okay, let me just quickly remove this here. Don't worry about what I'm doing now. So if I want to create a file here, one single file here, type touch file X. Okay. So the moment you don't get an error message, that means the command is successful. So if I type ls, you could see the file is there. Now if you want to see a deeper information about the file, you type ls-l, and what it's going to give you here is these are the permissions, and this is the user owner, this is the group owner, and then it says what the size is, when was this created, this is the timestamp and name of the file. Okay, so let's see, if you want to create multiple files, all you're gonna have to do is touch file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, and then you get the idea here. So you hit enter and you type ls-l, you see all the files are created here. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Say for example, if you want to create like couple hundred files here, all you have to do is touch file, then open a squiggly line, type 1 period, then type 20 in there. So what it's going to do is going to go through file 1 is already created, so it's not going to create. It's going to skip that and then go on creating files from file 1 to 20. Okay, so if you do ls-l, you have 20 files in here. Okay, good. So if you want to remove a file,
Okay.
okay, let's keep it this here. So if I want to remove the file, you type rm and then the file name. Okay, file X. So you hit enter. It says remove regular empty file. It's asking you to say yes. And if you do ls, you shouldn't see a regular file in there. File X is gone. And by the way, in Linux, okay, once you delete the file, it's gone. It's gonna go into a bottomless pit. You could never ever recover anything in Linux. So the file is gone. Unlike Windows, it may go into like a recycle bin, but in Linux, the file is gone. Once you do it, hit confirm it, it's gone. So let's try to delete a file without confirmation. If you want to delete a file without confirmation, you type rm -rf and the file name and hit enter. The file is gone. Okay, the file 1 is gone. If you do ls here, file 1 is gone. Okay, good. So let's these are about the files. Let's create a folder here. So to create a folder, the command is mkdir. Okay, and then I'm going to type folder. So by the way, folders are also known as a directories. Okay, so if I do ls, okay, so it will give the content of the list here, and then the folder is in color. It's in blue color. If I want to see lot information here, ls-l, it gives the information about the entire folder, entire content of the present working directory. But if I want to only see the folder, if I want to see only the information about the folder, I do ls-l and then the folder name I type in and hit enter. Okay, so ls-ld actually. So ls-l means long list, D stands for directory, and this is the folder is nothing but a directory here. So it gives you a little expanded information here. So this part is name of the folder information, and this part is what this the timestamp, and this is the size 6 kilobytes. Root, user owner, group owner, these are the permissions. Okay, all right, let's move forward. And if you want to create more than one folder, here it's simple. mkdir folder 1, folder 2, folder 3, folder 4. So if you see all this here, ls-l, you see 4 folders in here on the bottom. Okay, so what else you could do is, using the L command, you could use the asterisk. So you do ls-l d for directory, then you type fol partial name and then the asterisk. When you hit enter, what is this command going to do is match first 3 letters here. So it's going to match first 3 letters, and then everything else that is matching will bring that up for you. Okay, you could do it for files also, ls-l, and then for files file, and then I'm going to type asterisk. So it's going to bring up everything that starts with file, and then it will autofill the rest of it. So it will filter out everything that starts with file. So it's not showing up the folders here, right? So it's pretty simple. So what we're gonna do here is, so sometimes you create a folder inside a folder, right? In Windows you have a folder inside a folder. For example, like here, if you look in here, you have a folder, inside a folder you have other folders, inside those folders you have a bunch of other folders here. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a folder inside a folder. So the command is pretty simple. So I'm going to type mkdir, okay, and then if I do -p, that means it means persistent. It's gonna stay and check if that directory exists or not. So I'm gonna type USA. Then I'm gonna type here New York. Then I'm gonna type Chicago. Then I'm gonna type Los Angeles. So what is happening here is this command is going to check and see if the folder USA exists. If it exists, then it will skip that and is going to go create the folder New York. If it doesn't exist, then it will create one. If it exists, then it will skip and it will go into this. It will go through this command here and create the folder if it doesn't exist. Okay, so if I hit enter, it did create the folder here. Okay, so if you want to go into the folder USA, type cd change directory USA and hit enter. And you want to see what's inside there, you type ls. And if you want to go into New York, cd New York and hit enter. By the way, there is a tab key on your keyboard. What it does, it will autofill it for you. So for example, if I'm typing CD and I know something starting with C, right? Chicago. So if I type CD and then if I type CH, a little bit partial name, and push a tab key, it will autofill it for you. Okay? And hit enter. And then you see again CD loss, hit enter. And then there is no more directories here. Okay, so if you want to see where you at, you type pwd. So now you were in root, right? You were in root. Now what you are in now is the folder is inside, root is in USA, inside USA is New York, inside New York is Chicago, inside Chicago is Los Angeles. Okay, so pwd, it shows you the present working directory where you at. Okay, by the way, it tells you where you at from the start of the operating system. So it's telling you from the root. So if something is starting from the slash, this means this is an absolute path. Okay, this is an absolute path. And if you are starting from here, USA / New York / here, from the middle, that means it's a relative path. This is an absolute path and this is a relative path. So now you are in Los Angeles, right? But you want to go back to your home directory here. So if you want to go back to your home directory, all you have to type is cd.
CD.
Yeah, very good. So it throws you down into your home directory, no matter where you at. No matter, you would be deep inside 1,000 directories, and if you type cd, it will throw you back in there. And then if you go back here, oh, you said, oh, I shouldn't have come back here. Now it's going to be a pain to go back into Los Angeles. So all you have to type is cd space hyphen. This command does, it will throw you back into the previous working directory. Okay, so let's go into New York. So let's go into, I'm going to go cd here. I'm going to go into, I'm going to go into New York here. Okay. Oh, I'm going to cd. Okay, let me clear this. So now if I type pd, my present working directory is New York, and this is the absolute path. Okay, and the path we took to come here is relative path. Okay, you could definitely also type a absolute path here. So if I want to go into a folder inside New York, I could type cd. I'm starting from root, folder root /USA/New York / I'm gonna go into cd, Chicago. Okay, then Los Angeles. So what I did now is I came into Los Angeles directory using the absolute path. Absolute path starts from the /. Okay, I want to go to previous working directory. If I want to go to previous working directory, if I type cd hyphen, where do you think I'll go now? If I type cd hyphen,
Go back
where?
to Chicago.
No, my previous working directory was New York, right?
New York. New York. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of going to Chicago, it's going to go to New York. So if I type
New
cd
York.
enter, it jumps you
Exactly.
back to was your previous working directory. Now if I type cd hyphen again, where do you think I'm going to go now?
USA.
No. What was my previous working directory? Okay, by the way, you could see it here. I did pwd, right?
So you was in New York. Okay. Okay. So you gonna go to Chicago. You're right.
So if I was in Los Angeles, if I type cd hyphen, now I'm going to go thrown into Los Angeles now.
Los Angeles. Yep. So previous working. So Chicago.
And this
New
is
York.
this is the you say Los. It will tell you what directory are you in over here.
Okay. Well, so previous working. Chicago. Chicago. Cause you in Los Angeles, so you'll go to Chicago, right?
No, let's see. Let me clear this here. Let me go back to here. I did only cd, so no matter where I'm, it threw me into where? My home directory.
Home directory.
So my previous working directory was Los Angeles, right? So if I type
Mm-hmm.
cd hyphen, it took me back to Los Angeles. I'm here right now. Now don't look at Chicago.
Okay.
It says here, right, Los Angeles. So if I type cd here, Los Angeles. Okay, so let me go over to New York, cd /root /USA/New York. So what is my present working directory now? My present working directory is Los Angeles. So I'm gonna go to Chicago, New York here, cd root USA New York. Okay. Now my present working directory is New York.
New York. New York.
Okay. What was my previous working directory? Los Angeles, right? So I'm gonna say cd hyphen, and it threw me into Los Angeles. If I do pwd, I'm into Los Angeles.
Okay.
All right. So I mean, don't stress too much on that. It's just easy stuff. So let me clear this. Which tree? Okay. So there is a tree command. Okay, if the tree command is not on your system here, go ahead and install it using yum install tree. If you run this command -y, it will install the tree command on your computer. I'll show you what this command does is. So if I type tree here, so I see all the files in the period here. Okay, I'll explain you what the period is. But we created now you could see somewhat graphical information here. So you see USA is inside, inside USA is New York, then Chicago, then Los Angeles. You see how the trees, you could see the structure. So this is called tree. Okay, so let me clear this. So in Linux, there is a concept. You do ls-a. So there are two built-in directories here. One has a little dot in there, which is hidden, and another one has two dots here. Both are hidden. So a period means a present working directory. Wherever you are, when you type a period, that means this is a present working directory. And if you type two periods, this is a previous working directory, okay? So let me clear this. Let me go to, okay, I'm in Los Angeles here, right? So if I want to go to Chicago without going through like a big trouble, what you do is you type cd ... So what it takes you is, it takes you one directory back. It took you here, you were in Los Angeles, and it took you here, you were in Chicago now. Now you want to go to New York. How are you going to do that? cd ... again. You do pwd, it took you into New York now. Okay. So now you want to go into root in one slash here. So what are you going to do? cd ... /.. Okay. So when you do this here, cd ... will bring you in USA, and /... it will bring you into root. Okay, if you do pwd, you are in root. So let's go into Chicago, Los Angeles again. So I type pwd. Now from Los Angeles, I want to go back into root here. What do I do? cd ... /... where am I here now? At this moment, where am I here? I'm at Chicago. If I type another dot, I will be in New York. Okay, if I type one more dot /... I will be in USA. Okay, so if I do pwd, it threw me, oh, okay. So it took me to Chicago, and this one is, the second one is New York, third one is USA, and fourth one is root. So it did what it's supposed to do. If I want to jump back to Los Angeles, I hit cd-. I'm back in Los Angeles again. Okay. It's pretty simple stuff here. It's not too complicated. So if I type tree here, there's nothing in this directory. So the present working directory is showing you here is two dots here. So let me go back, cd /... So I am in USA. If I type tree here, so it's showing you from this present directory, the present working directory. From here it got New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. So it doesn't tell you what the present directory is. You could just look it up here. Your present working directory is USA. From here, these are the other directories inside those directories. Alright, so let's delete some stuff. So if I do ls here, let me go back to the main directory. If I do ls, I have all these files and folder here, right? So if I want to delete everything, in this folder here. I do rf hyphen rm hyphen rf and a simple asterisk. Okay, what is this gonna do is this gonna delete everything which is not hidden. I do ls, everything is gone. Okay, so you got to be very careful when you're using this command here. This command is very powerful, especially when you logged in as a root. So it's going to remove everything, it's going to force, okay, recursively force, and it's going to delete everything. Okay, so let's create a hidden file. Touch file 1. So remember I told you if you want to hide something, you do it with the period. Touch file 1, and if you do ls, it's not going to show. You have to do ls hyphen a. Now you see the file 1 is hidden here. Same thing with folder. If you want to create a folder, mkdir folder 1, folder 2. Folder 1 is already there. So I'm going to do mkdir folder asterisk and folder and hit enter. If you do ls, it's not going to show because it's a hidden folder. If I do ls hyphen a, then you see the folder hidden here. It's in blue color. Okay, so now you want to delete everything here. Rf hyphen rn and then hidden asterisk. It's going to delete everything. Okay, yeah. It's going to delete everything except the period and 2 dots. It will never delete this because this is essential for the folder to work. Now you see everything else other than those 2 files will be gone. Okay, so use this command to remove everything hidden. Okay, so let me go ahead and create those folders again. The USA folder. I'm going to go into history here, and then I'm going to run the command. So I'm going to do asterisk and the command what I ran. So the folders are there now. So if I do tree, the folders are there. Okay. So let's create a file, and then I'll show you how to copy the files and folders around. So I'm going to create touch file 1. Okay, I hit enter. So I do ls, there is a file 1 in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy file 1 into folder Chicago. Okay, how do I do that? Pretty simple. The command is cp command. Cp stands for copy. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is slash, I'm going to give USA, New York, and then I'm going to do it in Chicago. Okay, so you have, before that you have to give what you need, the file 1. You're copying file 1 from there to that location here, okay? So if you do tree, the tree command is showing the file 1 is here and the copied file is in file 1 in the folder Chicago. Okay? All right, let me clear this. You could also copy the file in the same folder, but you have to give it a different name. File 2. So it copies the file 1 and file 2. The content of the file and file 1 are going to be similar. Okay? But I'm going to remove file 2 here just for so I have file 1 here, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the file 1 into Los Angeles. Okay, so the command is move file1, and then where I'm going to move to, I'm going to move to USA, and I'm going to move to Los Angeles. Okay, so let me clear this, and if I type tree, the file1 is not here in the present working directory. There is nothing there. The file1 has moved from here to here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that file1 here to this present working directory here. So how am I going to do that? CP, then you go like this. Okay, and then you go Los Angeles, and then file1, and you want to copy into the present working directory. What is a present working directory? The present working directory is period. Didn't I tell you it's a period? If you type period here, you're running this command here. So you're cutting this command into half. When you type period here, that means it's telling copy this file. You're giving the path of the file. Where do you want to copy it? Here, into the present working directory, wherever I am at. So if I do ls, the file is there. Okay, so let's try going into New York again. New York. So there is nothing here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the file from Los Angeles to New York here again. So how am I going to do that? CP Chicago Los Angeles file1, and then if I do period here, so my present working directory is New York, so it's going to copy in there. So if I do ls, the file is there. Okay, let me go back to home directory. Let me clear this. Now I'm file1 is bothering me, so I would need to rename this. So what I'm going to do is the command, the move command. Remember the move command? We moved it from one place to another. We could use the move command to rename the file. Move file1 to rename file. So what will happen is the file name will be, file1 will be renamed to rename file. So if I do ls, the file is renamed here. The file is not getting deleted or moved. It is being renamed here. So what move command does is it will rename the file for you. Okay. And let's see here. We could do that for the folder also. So let me create another folder here. mkdir folder 1. So if I want to rename the folder 1, we have folder 1 here, right? So what I'm going to do, move folder 1 to folder 2. So if I do ls, the folder 1 is renamed to folder 2 now using move command. And what else? Folder 1, move file. So we have a cat command. Cat command, what cat command does is it reads inside the file. So if I do file, well, let's see here. Okay, so let me remove. So I'm going to create file1, touch file1, and then I want to read what's inside the file1 here. So I'm going to type cat. Cat means concatenate file1. That means there is nothing inside that file. So output is nothing. Okay, so what we could do is we could write something into the file here. You do vi file1, and you hit I to enter, and you type this is file 1, this is Linux course. I'm going to escape, shift colon to save and exit. So I want to see what's inside the file, cat file 1, and I hit enter, so the files are in there. So what else you could do is, instead of going into the VI editor, you could write to the file here. So if you say cat greater than sign file 1, what it's going to do is it's going to open the editor inside, right on the command line, and you could type some stuff here. Okay, this is new, this is line, this is Linux. Okay, and I'm going to do Control D to save and exit. So if I do cat file 1, so what happened here is it reads the file here, but whatever we previously had in the file is gone here. So you got to be careful. You got to use the redirector carefully. If you want to add to the file, you have to use double greater than arrow and file 1 and hit enter. So what it's going to do is going to add to the line 2. This is line 2. This is line 3. Okay, I do Control D, and if I do cat file 1, we should have 3 lines in there now, because it saved the first line. Why did it saved it? Because we use greater than sign. Okay, if you use just a regular greater than sign, it will override. So you got to be careful here. If you have like a very important file, if you do this, it will override the file. Okay, I think I will stop here today, and then we'll catch up. We'll set up another time for you guys to catch up here. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions?
No. Pretty good.
Yeah. It's just not a rocket science here. Just do this here, and I'll tell you here for now. Don't go on to internet and search anything. Okay. Just go into this master document. For the basic commands, it's the basic commands. I split it up here.
Okay.
So go into basic commands, right click and open in new tab here. When you see download here, open in new tab. It's open in new tab, and you follow this here. Okay, don't go on to internet and search anything as of yet, because you might get
Okay.
confused. And
Okay.
if you get stuck somewhere, take a picture and put it in a group chat. So what is going
Okay.
to happen is, I told everybody in a group chat that if you get stuck, put it in there. I want somebody to um, answer it. If nobody would answer it, then I will answer it. What that does is, it will actually help other students to think about it and respond to it. That way they are learning too.
Okay. That's good. All right.
Yeah. So you
And
have all
also,
these resources at your fingertips. So you have the website, you have the chat. You could chat with me anytime you want, and then
okay.
you have all the servers. Operating system is there. So all you have to do is just reach out to the group and reach out to me, and then we'll help you. We'll take care of this.
Okay, I appreciate that. And also, Greg, I think he just need to get set up. He need everything set up, his virtual box and everything. He don't have a mic, so he can't talk right now.
Yeah, yeah, since he got like Mac here, so I need to work with him. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, no, Mac is nothing. Mac is nothing but Linux. Mac is nothing but Linux. Did I mention on the website here? Mac is nothing but Linux. Android, iPhone, these are all Linux here. And you see here, all these companies are Linux here. I mean, you're not going to be using I mean, NASA won't be using launching rockets using Windows. You get blue screen of death. You guys know that better. So
Okay.
all the important serious stuff is running on Linux.
Okay. I appreciate you.
Okay, all right. I hope this is I want you all to be successful. I mean, I'm taking 6 months here so that you could observe the material good, and we'll have a lot of information coming down here, and everything is at your
Okay.
fingertips. How to do, move around, and all that. Okay.
All right. Okay. Quick question. How long is the Linux class? I mean, how long is the Linux? Are we going to go? I guess we're going to be going through Linux. I mean, is it going to be like for a month or 2 months?
It'll be good 4.5 months from
Okay.
April, and then after that we're gonna do scripting and all that here. Matter of fact, maybe I'll start scripting a little bit early so that I will see how the class is going. Okay, we'll see depending
Okay.
on that. Then we'll have Ansible and AWS too. So all these things. What I'm doing is I'm preparing you for the job market. Okay, I'm not preparing you for the simply a certification, because having a certification, that doesn't mean anything. You should be able to speak to the interview.
That's right.
Yeah, so I mean, I could teach only Linux, but who's gonna? They'll ask you in the interview, scripting, Linux. I mean, Ansible. Do you know AWS? All these things are all these things are different components of the job, essential job or titles. So when you have all those skills under your belt, you will be highly marketable.
Okay. I look forward to it.
Yeah. All right, guys. I mean, I'm telling you. And also, what else you have? You have YouTube. I'm putting everything on YouTube here. Anything I'm recording, I'm throwing this on YouTube here.
Okay.
So I have close to how many? 229 videos here. So you go in here, and if you and also you see on the document up here, this lecture is associated with this YouTube video here. So all you have to do is, if you get confused, go on there and then look through the videos.
Okay. Will do.
And then if I continue, I'm still continuing the lecture, but it starts the new day here. I'll put it the date, and then when you should go down and look for the YouTube in there.
Okay.
Okay, so the more you do it, the easier it gets, and then here's the formula here. I think I told you, don't stress too much here. All you have to do is follow this formula here. It's a 6 months. Practice every day, somehow 2 days. Okay, don't work sit there for 2 hours. Just do 30 minutes in the morning and do 45 minutes, and then do 45 minutes. If you follow this, it will be successful, because if you sit down there and then you're typing for 2 hours, what you have started 2 hours ago, you might forget what you have done by end of 2 hours. So just do 30 minutes and go away, walk away, do 45 minutes. And if you want to do 1 hour, do it. Don't do more than 1 hour, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Split it up, and then whenever you could do it, and then I'll see if I could have like an online access somewhere you could do it too. But that's
Okay.
another story.
All right.
I recorded this session here. If you guys need it, then let me know. I'll put it on YouTube, okay?
All right. Please do.
You know what? Yeah, might as well. Let me just go ahead and put it on YouTube so that you will have it.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay,
Thanks for.
no problem. Have a good day, guys.
All right.